So a lot of people are asking me to talk them off a ledge or to explain what's going on with this Aldon Smith and Dallas Cowboys thing. And initially, I didn't have a good answer. I was confused, bewildered, befuddled. I just didn't know what to tell y'all. And if you follow me on Twitter, you would see my confusion. But of course, you pull the film up, take a sip of water, sit down, relax, play Call of Duty for 20 minutes, come back and think about it. I think I have a reasonable explanation about this whole Aldon Smith to the Cowboys thing. And I think it's quite interesting, but I need y'all to put y'all thinking caps on and not cut this video off halfway, because I'm going to talk about it, break it down, give perspective. And I'm also going to play some film, so we're knowing kind of what we're getting into, kind of, sort of, quasi, not really. Okay, so just stick with me. I'm gonna break this thing down into 3 sections. The last we saw Aldon Smith, his ceiling, and the expectation. Let's get started. So what do we know about Aldon Smith? If we as Cowboy fans, we're really stuck on the whole Randy Gregory's troublemaker train. Well, Aldon Smith is kind of like 10 times what Randy Gregory was, right? Randy was just kind of sitting back, chilling, smoking some weed. Aldon, kind of hit us with some DUI stuff, some felony charges. He's gun under the seat guy. He's also weed in my car guy. He's also kidnapped my girlfriend guy. I got stabbed. I called in bomb threat guy. So Aldon Smith got a pretty long history, but what we should take account of is the multiple chances that he had, right? Like, if you give multiple chances to a player after his rap sheet, as long as it is, he has to be of some super talent. And when I go back to watch Aldon Smith, that's 100% what the case is. I think Aldon Smith and Randy Gregory are cut from the same cloth when it comes down to talent. What I mean by that is they're guys that can roll off the couch and be great, right? They can roll off the couch with these natural abilities, these natural superpowers. They got natural size, natural length. They don't have to get involved in football very long to get the wheels back going. So when you watch Aldon Smith, right, he's going to be 99, the edge player, the stand-up guy. So just kind of keep up with my mouse, and I'll keep y'all on track here. He's on the right side here. So, when you watch Aldon Smith, right, this is the Raider version of Aldon Smith. I'm going to show you the 49er version of Aldon Smith. This is a very, very scaled down version of Aldon Smith. But, you probably watching now and be like, yo, Vash, but he's beating the hell out of these people, right? Sure, he's absolutely beating the hell out of these people because he's roll out the bed and be great guy, just like Randy Gregory is, right? So if I'm watching this, I'm like, man, Aldon Smith is doing this, not what he once was, but he's doing this. He's been stabbed. He's called in bomb threats. He's been arrested. He ain't been asleep. He would have made this play way faster in the old days, but he still can make the play because he had enough ability to get over. You see what I mean? And regardless of all the extra stuff that he was going through, right? Regardless of all that off the field stuff, the problems with the police, he was still able to miss practice, show up on game day, and make an impact somewhere. And I think that's what Dallas is trying to do. We're trying to just see where he's at, because we've seen Randy Gregory be out the game for 2 years, roll out the bed, get 6 sacks and 20 quarterback pressures. We've seen Randy do it. So now Randy's on the way back because of the new weed rules. All right, cool. So we got new weed rules, but I don't know if we got like bomb threat, gun under the seat rules. But Aldon Smith is allegedly about to be reinstated, allegedly. Then we'll see, right? But the Cowboys may have a notion that, hey, let's bring him in cheap. I think the contract is he's on 1 year, $2 million with the option to make 4. Okay, so that's cheap. I get it. But if you can take Aldon Smith, harness his roll off the couch ability, and get him in shape, get him in the weight room, get him in shape. He's not an old man. He's 30 years old. Get him in shape. Let's not think of Aldon Smith as the superhero that he once was. I think that'll help Cowboy fans get through this, right? He's not Aldon Smith, the all-pro Pro Bowler that he was his first year in San Francisco. He's not that. But if we think of him as a rotational piece that can give us something, then we think differently of him. You see what I mean? Aldon Smith, if he can roll out the bed, lift some weights, go run, show up and give us, let's say he'll give us 6 sacks, right? That's 4 more sacks than what Dorrance Armstrong gave you last year. That's 6 more sacks than what Joe Jackson gave you last year. That's 5 more sacks than what Kerry Hyder gave you. You see what I mean? Kerry Hyder gotta be current to be good. Joe Jackson, Dorrance Armstrong, those guys gotta be current to be good. Aldon ain't gotta be current. He just gotta be in shape. He's 30 now. So let's see what he looks like 30. Right? Let's see what he looks like at 30. Pardon me. So we're going to get him, bring him in. He's going to be cheap. Cool. And if it don't work out, hey, we lost $2 million. My bad, my G. But if it works out, okay, if it works out, I think if we can get like a 7 to 8 sack performance from him, right? And that may not even be off the rip, because just like last year with, Randy Gregory or whatever, like, there may be this adjustment period where the first 5 or 6 weeks he's getting his sea legs up under him. Like I said, he wasn't fantastic. He ain't been fantastic since 2012. I was 20 years old and Arian Foster was the best running back in the league. Just to give you some perspective on that. You know what I mean? But if you can get a little bit from him and he ends up being a 5, 6, 7 sack guy for you, then cool. Don't look at Aldon Smith as, oh, he's going to come in and save us at the right defensive end position. He's going to save us to where we ain't got to draft and look for the future. He's not going to be that. But if he can simply be better than Kerry Hyder, if he can give you more than the whopping 1 sack Kerry Hyder gave you, the more than 0 or 2 sacks that Dorrance Armstrong and Joe Jackson gave you, if he can give us that, then we kind of win in this situation. Let me show y'all this old ass standard definition 380p videotape ass film I had to find on Aldon Smith way back in 2012. This how long ago it was since he was a gangster, but boy, he was a gangster. Take a look at him, the right defensive end. He's standing up right here. Just take a look at him. This how he used to give it up. This how he used to give it up back in the good old days, back in the Gap old days. You see what I mean? Now, man, do I expect him to be here? I don't. Please don't DM me. Don't be in my comments talking about some Vash think Aldon Smith gonna come back and give it up like this, because I don't think that's the case. But I do think this is his absolute ceiling. Why? Because you can't say Aldon Smith can come back and possibly be rusty, because what he's using don't really rust. He's using natural abilities here, natural superpowers he was born with. You know what I mean? Wolverine got old, but he was still Wolverine when he was old. You know what I mean? Like, that's just look at him, man. Savage. Running down the middle of people. He didn't need technique. He didn't need nuance moves. He didn't need setups, right? I don't think he can be this. But this does exist, and this is probably a similar space that he is in now, right? Assuming that we can get him back in shape, get his play legs back up under him, get about 5 games back into him preseason and all that, and then we'll see what happens, man. Look, if I get 3 sacks from him, I feel good about it. Look at this on the right side of your screen. Look at your boy. Goodness. If we can get this from him, 3 sacks from him, I'd be cool. If we get 5 sacks from him, I'm elated. If we get anywhere in double digits, we should all do choreographed hump dances in the middle of our living room, because we got us a steal and Aldon Smith. Like I said, man, don't look at him as he's the future or nothing. Look at him. What are you doing? On the roll. Look. What is this? Boy, if this was 2020 and this film was a little clearer and it was at least DVD quality, boy, I'd be losing my mind right now. But Aldon Smith is a 30-year-old. Lucky for us, 30-year-old pass rushers still kind of sort of quasi exist, so that's okay. But I need him to be working out today. Like, I understand we quarantine and all that, but I need Jerry to, write that little check and send him the best indoor gym equipment, the best, the best home gym we can find to set up in his apartment, wherever the hell he at. Because hey, it's gonna be an interesting offseason, man. With this toxic ass D line we got with him and brother Randy Gregory. The YouTube Illuminati is taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that's subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Vach Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. So how did this happen? We're talking about 49er things, right? So, of course, Mike Nolan, our defense coordinator, and Jim Tomsula, our defensive line coach, probably has something to do with this. And if we're going to be doing things to where we're at 4-3, a hybrid 4-3, and we're still doing some stand-up outside linebacker things, then it wouldn't surprise me if they knocked on Will or Jerry or Steven's door and they said, hey man, let's see if we can get something out of this kid, man. Let me give a little motivational speech, man. Let me say, hey man, we know what the finances is like, man. We can get you some bread. Just don't get arrested. Just don't kidnap nobody. Just keep the guns away from us, and we can see if we can get you back into shape and turn this into something. So does this mean Tomsula and Nolan got a little pull? I don't know, but like I said, man, if we have an opportunity to draft, like a really good pass rusher in the draft, I don't think Aldon Smith is stopping us from drafting a pass rusher in the draft. If anything, we get a little bit of competition in that training camp joint. We get to have 300 players on the team as of now. Then we're going to dwindle that thing down to 90, and we're going to dwindle it down to 53. So after that, we'll have a conversation. We'll see what this whole Aldon Smith thing turns into. I want to go back to some of his film, man, because he was just violating people. We'll see what comes out of this whole thing. You know what I mean? But I really want to know what y'all think, man. I want to know what y'all think. Look at how old this film is. I want to know what y'all think, man. Tell me what y'all's vibes are. I know this is a very Cowboy signing. On my live stream the other day, it was so interesting that we was making jokes about Cowboy fans wanting to bring back old people, like really old players, like for real cheap, just to see if they got something in the tank. And this is an example of, somebody's old bodies coming back into play and Cowboys fans having some kind of faith in them. So I want to see what this turns into, and I would love to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comment section. If you made it this far, appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. We hit 50,000 subs. That's a celebration on its own. But we still got work to do. We still got film to watch. Follow me on Twitter. Shouts out to my Patreon people, and that's all I got, man. Keep subbing, keep watching. We're going to be doing a live reaction to the draft coming up, man. So, hang around and tune in for that. That should be fun. And keep looking out for my film sessions, all right? Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Whiskey. Till next time. Salute.